Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, back at the end of August, I did my official 2021-2022 NBA season, regular season predictions, and we are going to react to this, because at this point, I think we pretty much know, like, what teams are what, and I want to see how accurate I have been at this point of the season, man. So let's check this out. And, yeah, it ain't going to be good. I can already tell, man, it's not going to be good. But here we go. What's going on, guys? Here we go. Flakes here. So for today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my official 2021-2022 NBA seeding predictions. So
Are you now?
Handling it a little bit differently.
Are we now?
This time around, just because I feel like we as NBA fans, we get too caught up in the discussion of, like, who should be, like, third seed or fourth seed or something like that. And really, in the end of the day, I think when it comes down to the NBA, especially right now, like, yes, seeding is important. But, like,
doesn't tell the full story.
A team's like a third seed, another team's like a sixth seed, and that doesn't make the sixth seed team bad. I don't know, man. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
It does.
So much talent
it does because I said it.
It's just seeding is always.
Well, no, like prime example right now. I'm looking at the Western Conference standings. You got the Nuggets at fifth, Clippers sixth, seventh Lakers, Mavericks, T-Wolves, and like all those teams are like within one game. So yeah.
So close anyway.
All right, let's get going, Crispy.
Also subscribe if you.
Oh my goodness.
This is not gonna be in order.
Oh my goodness.
The order towards the end if I really am feeling bodacious. But we got the East next four, and that's 5 through 8.
Okay. Yep. It all makes sense, Crispy.
So if you see a team right in.
Why are you still talking? We're a minute and 10 in. Start ranking teams, you stupid bitch ass Crispy Flakes.
In the East top four, that means that I think that they are going to be a top 4 seed. Have that be the first seed, the Hawks, and I think the Hawks, you know,
oh, here we go. Okay.
I really liked the rookies that they brought in. DeLon Wright's cool. I would have liked maybe to see them bring a little bit more perimeter defense, but they were still really solid last year. I don't see any reason why.
Like Marcus Smart
at all. Especially if Kanu can get like healthy and stuff, he'll be a nice backup center. So I'm going to go with top 4 seed.
Wrong about that.
And keep in mind, man, we are just starting, so this very well could change.
Currently 11th.
In the course of this. Okay, next up we have the Boston Celtics. I'm going to say the
Currently
Boston
9th.
Celtics are. They didn't really like. They lost Evan Fournier, a lot of scoring there. Kemba Walker's no longer on the team. They got Dennis Schroeder for a good price, but I don't think he's better than Kemba Walker.
Pause.
It's fine. Like, he's old, and Robert Williams should make a nice jump. I'm going to say probably 5 through 8 range for the Boston Celtics right now.
Not a bad take so far.
Obviously, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, like, that's like the big duo right there. But I just feel like a lot of teams in the East got better, and the Celtics are still good. I just don't think they got, like, better to warrant a top 4 seed right now.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets, pretty easy to think they're going to be a top 4 seed. Kevin Durant's out. You still got Kyrie Irving and James Harden. Harden and Kyrie's out. You got Kevin Durant or whatever it is, man. Like, yeah, they'll be good.
It's Kyrie out. That's what it is.
Roles are interesting. I do think they had the best offseason, all things considered, you know, based off the names that were actually available. I do think they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go off and say they're a top 4 seed right now. I think we got to see that play together. But I think they're like, you know, that 5 through 8 range. I think that feels about right for them.
Yeah, currently second in the conference, but the 5th seed Bucks also have the same amount of wins. So, once again, that's why I like doing it this way, you don't get too caught up like in the seeding.
Let's do the Eastern Conference first before we go on to the Western Conference. So, next up, we got the Charlotte Hornets. Ooh, this one is interesting.
Currently 8th seed.
They can stay healthy and everything. I do wish they would have improved a bit more at center. Mason Plumlee's fine, but I watched him a lot last year. Like, he's fine. He's a fine center.
Now he's just kind of sucks.
Hornets. I'm going to throw them in the play-in tournament for right now, but obviously that can change. They no longer have Devontae Graham. They got Gordon Hayward. They got Kelly Oubre on the team and everything, so that's cool. But right now I have them playing tournament, but that might change by the time this ends. I might have them in the 5 through 8 range. Because I think, 2 teams in each conference make the play-in, so we got to have 4 teams there no matter what. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think it's 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, right?
Squad. I think 2022 is more going to be like their off-season and everything, 2022-2023 season. I'm going to say probably not in the playoffs.
And there we have it, man. There we go. In all fairness, Cavs fans, were you guys expecting your team to be 19-12 at this point in the season? Obviously, hindsight, you can look back and be like, Crispy, you're an idiot and stuff. But, I'm going to say it right now. The Cavaliers, you guys have been hell of impressive. You guys came along a lot quicker than I thought you would. That's what she said. But, yeah, obviously bad take, but just know now I respect what you guys did, and I love your guys' rebuild. So, leave it at that.
Right now, and, you know, I think next year is going to be about player development, working Mobley into things, figuring out their front court woes, and they kind of go from there. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. That is a top 4 seed, in my opinion.
Currently 5th. But
plain and simple, I think they're a top 4 seed. Okay, next up,
And like I said, we are going to flip things around here as we go to other teams, and I realize other things. But we have the Miami Heat. So the Miami Heat also
fourth seed
had a really good offseason, getting Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker from the Bucks and everything. If they can stay healthy, I think they're going to be very motivated. Hopefully Tyler Hero has himself a bit of a better season.
Oh, he does. He does.
I think he did have a bit of a sophomore slump last year. So we're going to toss them in that top 4 seed thing for right now.
Love their team when healthy.
We have the New York Knicks. I think they are no doubt a playoff team in that 5 through 8 range.
Very disappointed in the Knicks this season. Really am. I thought Julius Randle really turned the corner and everything like that, but Julius is always going to be a good player because he's just a good basketball player. But last year he was great and he was the difference maker and the defense, of course, too.
And this is like right here where I get like a little I could also see the Knicks being like the top 4 and like the Heat being like that 5th range. I really could because Kemba Walker was a great pickup. Evan Fournier was amazing. So definitely,
or so we thought.
Or
so we thought.
But then I feel like I'm disrespecting the Celtics too. So even doing it this way, I still be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get somebody angry. But yeah, man, I have them in the playoffs.
Deal with it.
So give me some credit right there. Next up, we have the Orlando Magic. The Magic, I do not think are a playoff team next season.
Easy one there.
So many point guards. They got to figure out that guard rotation. Somebody's got to get traded. Hopefully Isaac's healthy and everything, so we can really see a full season of him. But yeah. Next up, we got the Indiana Pacers. So the Pacers got better coaching staff-wise.
Or so we thought.
Season-wise, it was pretty quiet. Chris Duarte was nice. They need to get healthy and everything. They need to stay healthy. I think the Pacers are in one of those scenarios where maybe they are... This one's tough. You know what? I think for right now... No, I can't do that. Ooh, this is going to get a little...
You can. Man. Put them in no playoffs. Do it. Do it. Do it now.
Oh, my God.
Do it now.
You guys are going to see my dilemma here in a little bit. I'm going to have the Pacers in the play-in tournament, but you guys are going to see my dilemma very, very
I think
quickly.
it's with the Raptors.
There's one team we did not handle, and let's do them next so I can get them out of the way. The Philadelphia 76ers.
Skip the Pistons.
I only have the knowledge of what's going on with that team right now. And right now, the 76ers, they have Ben Simmons, who doesn't want to be there, and we don't know the trade for him.
Still don't.
I do not think they
Still
go
don't.
into next season with Ben Simmons. With Ben Simmons, I don't think they're a top 4 seed. I feel like the chemistry is killed. I feel like he's going to miss training camps. He's probably going to maybe even miss the beginning of the season.
The middle of the season, the end of the season.
Injured, but I will say, if Joel Embiid does have himself a healthy season, regardless of what happens with
which hasn't been completely.
I don't really know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's happening at this point. I feel like that ship's kind of sailed. I think Joel Embiid himself is good to put them in that 5 through 6 range.
Yeah.
He's going to put them in that.
That's where they're at currently. They maintained.
Top 4 though, man. I just feel
maintained.
Like too many chemistry issues right now, and too many other teams got better, but they're still in the playoffs. So the top 5 through 8. And that's not saying they're the 8 seed. They're just in the top 5 through 8 range. I know somebody's going to click at this point in the video, like skip it ahead. They're like, oh, you have them as the 8 seed. It's like, no, that's not. Watch the beginning, please. Next up, we have the Toronto Raptors. And this is where it gets difficult, man. This right here, because I already have my 8 teams. And I feel like that's a pretty fair 8 teams.
Please toss Pacers in no playoffs.
So that means only
do
2
it.
of these teams can be in the play-in tournament.
Do it. Do it. Toss Pacers in no playoffs. Crispy, do the good take.
I mean,
do the good take.
If I had to pick on one of these teams,
do the good take.
Not make the play-in tournament or playoffs. I mean, I like that Toronto Raptors squad. I really do. I feel like they're good. Like, they are a good team.
They are.
In an unfortunate circumstance. The Pacers have, like, Sabonis, Miles Turner, T.J. Warren.
They should be good, but they're not.
Oh.
I
feel like that's right. Or do you got...
Flip it back, Crispy. There's still time to save yourself.
Yeah,
save yourself.
And the only thing I can go off right here is, I guess, experience. I feel like having Sabonis and Pascal Siakam.
You would think.
Fred VanVleet. Like, that's more experience than, like, LaMelo Ball. Yes, they have, like, Gordon Hayward, but he rarely stays healthy.
Make the switch, Crispy.
It's got to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, then we got my Detroit Pistons. Yeah.
Not much to say there, do you?
And once upon a time, I would have really hoped the Pistons could have made like the play-in tournament, but when you break it down this way, I'm like, no, that's really not good. My Pistons aren't making the play-in tournament. So much damn talent out there right now when they have a lot of things to figure out from a youth standpoint with that team. So, and positioning and everything, and just guys getting better and playing more like a team and everything. Okay, I think we got all we got the Wizards. Yeah, I guess I would probably have to say no playoffs for Wizards, right?
Currently 7 seed.
Like, the Pacers, they're both these teams. These are both the teams right here where they're always like surprise you. Like you want, like I know there's people in the comments say there's no way the Raptors or the Pacers make the play-in tournament or even the playoffs or anything. It's like they always surprise if they are good to go, and I feel like they're going to be good to go. So yeah, man. Okay.
You know, even so, I'm looking at the standings right now, and it's still not clear cut. I mean, like I said, we're doing this about midway point through the season at this point, something like that, and not quite midpoint yet, but almost there. And yeah. I still don't think my takes have been horrible. I mean, obviously the Cavaliers was bad. The Hornets are, kind of bouncing around that, around the area that a lot of these teams are. So, yeah.
Next up, we got the Western Conference. LA Clippers, they got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard's going to be out for most of the season. So I look at the team essentially, and their lineup is going to be looking something like Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard.
Should be Luke starting for sure. Should be.
Paul George. Was it Marcus Morris, I believe is the one on the team. Not Marquise, Marcus Morris. And then Zubats. And I think about the MVP caliber.
It's the damn Detroit Pistons from 2019.
Because if you look at three of those guys in the lineup, being Morris, Luke, and Reggie, they were all on the 2019 Pistons team where the Pistons got into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And that's when Blake Griffin had his best season of all time.
A former Clipper.
Saying, that's how I make sense of it. So if Paul George has himself a crazy-ass season,
which he has,
making the playoffs, but not as a top 4 seed.
Good take so far. Good take. Currently 6.
Next up, we have the Denver Nuggets. I do have them as a top 4. They got the MVP Jokic. Jamal Murray should be back. And
not.
Michael Porter Jr., I think, could very well win Most Improved next year. We'll see about that. But, yeah, they'll be in a pretty good place. Houston Rockets, a lot of youth
disapproved.
Not really sure what's going to happen with John Wall. I do probably not have them as making the playoffs right now. They'll be a playoff team very soon, but not next season. Los Angeles Lakers, I have as a top 4 seed. Yes, they have a lot of old players, but they also have a lot of old players. A lot of old players where maybe they don't play every single game, but if somebody wants to take a break or something, you still got somebody else to go out there and play 50 games in a season.
Isaiah Thomas.
Dallas Mavericks are interesting.
Currently the 8th seed.
I have them as 5 through 8. Luka obviously can carry the squad. I think last year they were like the 7th seed or something like that. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember exactly, but they didn't really improve too much. So, yeah, I can't really justify a top 4. And Luka's already playing some of the most dominant basketball of all time, so we can't really ask him to carry the team even more. Somebody else on the team is going to have to step up. We have
looking at you, Dorian Finney-Smith.
I'm going to say
JK.
Pelicans as an I guess I want to say officially 8th seed, but I have them as 5 through 8. Zion's going.
Yeah, if Zion didn't have so many damn due days under his damn belt, then it probably would have been the case.
Into his 3rd season.
Can't blame this one on me.
I still like the Valanciunas pickup. I think he's very underrated.
Yep.
Obviously, you got Brandon. So you got a new coach. You got a new coach on the team. I think that was the big issue last year with Stan Van Gundy. Don't want to damn coach Zion, and he still had a dominant ass season. So you might see Zion playing for MVP this year, man. You really might see it.
That's sad.
OKC Thunder.
Sad.
I have is no playoffs. Do not have that happening.
Ooh, Portland's gonna be interesting. What I said.
Okay, let's skip real quick. Let's go with the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, I have as a top 4, no doubt.
No doubt.
Top 4.
Currently number 1.
I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Let's go with the Golden State Warriors as 5 through 8 range. Definitely lean towards top 4. Now, I personally said that the Warriors, I really think if they can figure things out, they can win the championship next year. I really do believe that. But I do think it's going to be a slow start. They're not going to get Klay.
Okay, so Warrior fans can't be mad because I literally just said they were my NBA championship favorites. They did not have a slow start. They had a quick-ass start.
Comes back until around Christmas. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit
very quick start.
Maybe not winning so many games to start things off, but ultimately still making the playoffs. And then let's toss in, obviously Utah Jazz, top 4. They were the number 1 seed last year. So I have
3rd seed right now.
Just sheerly
playing impressive.
Coaching, defense. Donovan Mitchell getting even better, healthier. Mike Conley, figuring things out, the team and everything, making the All-Star team last year. Okay, and then at this point, we're saying, okay, so which 2 of these teams make the play-in? Play-in tournament.
Yo, I just realized I titled this video "Official 2021-2022 NBA Season Regular Season Predictions." Why would I repeat words like that?
Ooh, my
poor title.
Okay, let's go with Damian. I mean, I even feel bad as not having Damian in the playoffs.
Currently 11th.
Because he very well could be right here over the Pelicans. But also, I recognize I think the Pelicans got better, and the Portland Trailblazers, they didn't really do much. I don't like the moves they made. I know you guys got Larry Nance. That doesn't excite me.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
And maybe Damian even requests a trade by the trade deadline. Who really knows?
Who knows?
Other play-in. It's between these two. So let's go right away. I'm sorry, Sacramento. I'm sorry, Spurs. Spurs are definitely in a rebuild. Sacramento, until we see otherwise, I have them not making the playoffs.
Currently 10th.
Otherwise, right? Minnesota had a really, really good end to last season. They really did, man.
I think they're currently on a winning streak, aren't they? Unless they lost
Memphis,
last night.
Obviously got like John Moran, all those guys over there. I do feel like the Memphis
they lost
Grizzlies
last night. Okay.
did not get better this offseason. I feel like Steven Adams is not better than Jonas Valanciunas. Maybe financially they were doing some things to put themselves in a better situation. They took on some youth guys and like Jarrett Culver. They got rid of some, vets and Eric Bledsoe, Rondo, Patrick Beverly. I think I'm going to go play in Minnesota, and I hate to do this.
Yikes.
But I'm going to say no playoffs for Memphis. I had to pick somebody.
Yikes.
I'm not afraid to admit I was wrong, but...
You were wrong!
Make the playoffs.
You were wrong, Crispy, about the Memphis Grizzlies. So much.
Then they're going to go and get themselves, a top pick in the draft and get some beast-ass player to put next to John Moran. But that's really... man, it's so tough doing this. It's the same thing about, like, picking, like, the All-Star game, like the All-Star starters and,
Okay, that's the end of this dude. We don't want to hear about him ever again, man. Okay, I don't think my takes, all things considered, were the worst in this. There were some bad ones. Obviously, the worst of the worst, I would say the Cleveland Cavaliers, Memphis Grizzlies. The Pelicans, not my fault that Zion's not playing, but overall, I think it was, I don't know, man. Had some, it was all right, man. I'm not leaving this video in complete shame. So, yeah, that's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.